and welcome back to Weekend on Wheels, and I'm Girish, and today I have the all-new Royal Enfield Himalayan Scram 411, which was just launched a couple of weeks ago. I've done a detailed video comparing the Scram 411 versus the Himalayan. If you want to watch that video, here's a link, click that and check that out. And today we are going to discuss in detail about the Scram 411. So I'm going to talk about the ride condition in road, and also I'm going to talk about soft road condition, how this motorcycle performs. So without wasting any time, let's get there, and I'll see you right after this intro video. I have got the all new Royal Enfield Himalayan Scram 411 with me, and I am on the highway now. So we are going to test this on the highway per se, and tell you how good is this motorcycle if you were to use this as a regular commute, and its top speed and its braking bit, agility point, everything. So we are going to discuss all of that in this video, and stay tuned till the end of this video to know more about all those things. So let's start from the very first thing, which is the riding position. I think this riding position is one of the best that you can get. Very nice upright position, and what really adds on to that is this handle. So this is a completely new handle which has been installed on this one, the 411 Scram, as against the Himalayan. So what has happened in this case is the handle has come a little forward towards the rider, so it makes the rider much more comfortable when you are on the motorcycle. Easy to ride, very comfortable, and it just adds on to the overall experience of riding this motorcycle. And at the same time, the single seat of this particular motorcycle is fantastic. It's really good. Compared to the Himalayan, they've done an amazing job on the seat. So you can actually ride this for a good long kilometers, and use this as your touring purpose as well. I mean, it's an option that you can use this for. But then what is the main purpose of this motorcycle? So Royal Enfield, the main reason for them to launch this was people who didn't like Himalayan. So when I say didn't like, people who thought that Himalayan was too intimidating for them, for all those people, this is something which has been launched by Royal Enfield. So what they've done is they've reduced certain parts from the motorcycle, that's from the Himalayan, and have given it a complete new look, a scrambler look. One thing which has changed is the tire size. So the Scram gets a 19-inch front wheel as against a 21-inch front wheel on the Himalayan, and a 17-inch rear wheel as against the 19-inch rear wheel on the Himalayan. And they also come with dual purpose tires, so you can do good highway or regular road commute, and also do a little bit of trail. So I will not use the word off-road at all, because the reason is off-road is a total misused or overkilled word, so I don't want to use that. So trails is something that you can do on this particular motorcycle over the weekend. So the gearbox is very smooth. The 5-speed gearbox is very smooth and has been refined over the time also, from where it was at BS3 to the BS6. It is very good. Even at 80, when I'm riding, you will not feel any vibration at all. And the proof of that is the side mirrors. If you normally see, when you're at 80 or 100, if there is any kind of vibration, the side mirror starts vibrating so much, and you will not get a clear vision on the mirrors. But look at this now, I'm at 80. Despite of that, there is no problem at all. Braking, okay. Braking is similar as the Himalayan. You need to actually pull the levers too hard towards you to get a sharp bite. Though it comes with dual channel ABS, you need to actually pull it hard towards you to get a proper bite. So you get a 320 mm front disc brake and 240 mm on the rear. So now let's look at the acceleration. So the engine is quite peppy and responsive. In no time, 0 to 100, and even at 100 there is no vibration at all. I expected some level of vibration to come in, but even at 100 there is no vibration. Let's push it a little more. Slight jittery feeling comes in once you cross that 105, 110 mark. But until then there is absolutely no vibration. I mean, Himalayan or the Royal Enfield have come a long way with their Himalayan as well as the Scram 411 to make a good product much better. So earlier when you used to hit 80 itself, you used to get that jittery vibration feeling, but in this case even at 100, 105 you don't get that. Only once you cross beyond 100 or 105 you get that jittery feeling on this. And look at the acceleration, very nice. And because the way this is designed, because of its characteristic Scram, there is a good amount of wind loss coming in on high speed. Look at this. Look at that braking, not too happy at all. So, and one more thing, the Himalayan, the latest BS6 Himalayan gets a switchable ABS, as against this one has a standard ABS. It does not get a switchable ABS. The engine has a good amount of punch into this, so you will actually enjoy riding this. And for your regular commute, going to office 5 days a week, you would definitely enjoy riding this motorcycle, and you will not complain. And also this can be your companion over the weekend to do some short trails. We will try to do some trails and see how good is this. Let's do a top speed on this. So 110 is not a fight at all. You can easily reach 110 in no time. After 110 it kind of, you really need that push to take it to the next milestone. So 110 is absolutely comfortable, so I think that's more than sufficient for Indian roads. And 110 also is slightly on a higher end. In fact, 80-90 is a perfect speed. Now let's look at the tractability of this motorcycle. That is how low can you go on the highest gear. So let's go on to the 5th gear. Because it's got a good low end torque, the tractability is definitely going to be good on this motorcycle. Look at that, I'm on the 4th gear and I'm in less than 30 kilometers, or probably just around 30 kilometers mark. So it's got a very good tractability also, and of course why not, because of the low end torque it will get that good tractability. So you really don't have to change the gears too many times when you're on the road condition, or when you're riding in the city. You can easily go on the same gear and still manage and ride. So you need not actually change the gear so much. And talking about the suspension, so if I have to benchmark this against the Himalayan suspension is definitely going to be on the top, and this might be slightly lower. I'm saying so that because the front travel suspension is 10 mm lesser than the Himalayan. And again, the reason for that is this is not a proper off-roader or so-called adventure motorcycle. This is more of a scrambler, weekend getaway motorcycle. So that is not going to affect too much for you. But then I just wanted to bring that point. So from the handling perspective, the new handlebar just adds on to the overall experience of the handling. And the turning radius has become much more sharper in this after the new handlebar. Now let's get into a little bit of trail. Wow. So such soft roading is not going to be a problem. You just have to stand and saddle, and you can easily go. You will not face any challenge with the 19-inch wheel. It will easily take you anywhere you want to go. So just playing around with these soft roads just to see how good and nimble is this on such kind of roads. So I don't have a stretch or a trail, but then what I'm doing is I'm using the same road again and again to kind of get a hang of what this motorcycle can do. So let's get on to this again. So you just have to saddle on these soft roads. So this is kind of a muddy road and a lot of dust. All you do is just saddle around. There's no problem with the ground clearance. There's enough ground clearance with the 200 mm ground clearance, and then the 19-inch wheel can easily get onto all of these. So unless you're doing a bolster or something, only then you'll probably find some problem. Look at that, easy, sweet. Since it's got a standard ABS, you can't do much with the switchable thing, so you can't really change the ABS setting. It's a standard ABS setting that is there. But on the Himalayan you have switchable ABS, which gives you a nice opportunity to drift your rear tail, but in this case you can't do that. But having said that, that does not restrict anything that you can do on this motorcycle. So in overall, to sum this up, this is a very good machine. It's a good attempt by Royal Enfield to move a certain amount of customers who were planning to buy another motorcycle, who may not have liked the Himalayan, or somebody who didn't want to buy something like an Himalayan, this is a good effort by Royal Enfield to get those customers on board and get them using something like this. And this is a new concept now. A lot of motorcycles are getting into this scrambler variant of their motorcycles. A lot of manufacturers are getting into that scrambler segment, and it's a good segment to be as well. So good work by Royal Enfield. The motorcycle is good, it's nimble, it's agile, it's easy to ride, it's comfortable, the sitting position is very good, the seat is fantastic, just love the seat. The vibration bit has been reduced to a very big extent. Otherwise used to have that vibration. Now that vibration has been literally reduced to a large extent, which is a very good news. And overall, as a motorcycle, this has become a much refined motorcycle and offering by Royal Enfield. So with that being said, I would like to end my video here. So if you're new to my channel, please do consider to subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon to make sure you get an update on every video I upload.